Hi, I'm Shashi and this is Karisu. Today we're going to look into the biggest, weirdest political scandal that I have ever come across. Despite me not really being into politics or hardly ever make political videos, I still wanted to post this video up because I wanted you to know why is it important for us to actually think wisely before voting for anyone, as our election might be anytime soon or might be another 2 years, we don't know yet. I wanted this video to be a lesson for everybody, something to take away from, a moral from this story, so that we could make better decisions in our future. So before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video, and let's get to it. So as I said, I do not like making videos on politics and stuff like that. So I decided to take facts and actual data from actual events which occurred. Something which shows exactly to what extent some politician would go to just to retain their power and to show that they are right. The level of narcissism is beyond what I could comprehend. So this is a story which happened in September 2019. The National Weather Service just announced that a huge Category 5 hurricane is going to hit the west coast of United States of America. So when this happened, they gave a list of states which would be affected by the hurricane, so that these people can be better prepared. They could either move away from that area so they don't get hit, or make preparations so that their homes and everything is not totally destroyed. And out of the blue, without anyone asking, the most powerful man in the world tweeted this. So as you can see in the tweet, it lists a number of states there, and it included the state called Alabama, which was, according to the National Weather Service, not in the route of the hurricane at all. So when this happened, the National Weather Service started rushing, and they had to hurry to correct this mistake. You don't want someone to move out of their house just to avoid a hurricane which is never coming there. Unnecessary expenditure, wasting time, wasting effort, wasting money. So what they did, they posted this tweet to say that the president's tweet was a mistake. The hurricane was not gonna hit Alabama. See, at this point, any normal person would be like, oh, really? So maybe I was mistaken, I'm sorry, I maybe misread that. But no, not Donald J. Trump. He insisted that the hurricane is gonna hit Alabama and people should get prepared. So now the people had two choices. Either to listen to the scientists who spent their entire life studying hurricanes, studying how the wind pattern moves, where it would hit and everything, or trust a guy who thinks hurricane is caused by birds flapping their wings too hard. People had to make a choice. As you can see, even right now, it's 2020 October, the people still are divided in the US on whether to choose to believe the scientists or the president. So instead of admitting his mistake and agreeing that the hurricane is 600 miles away from Alabama and it won't be hit, he targeted the news reporter who read the news at that time, who sent the word out against the hurricane, and this tweet was out. There are two problems with this tweet. Number one, the hurricane is not gonna hit Alabama, and you could just admit your mistake and move on. Mistake number two, the Jonathan Carl he tagged in the video is a pastor and not the reporter who actually reported the news. So when all this happened and people are quite divided, with the National Weather Service insisting that it won't hit Alabama and our Donald Trump insisting that it will hit Alabama, instead of just moving on, he decided to do a press conference. Let's take a look at the video and see what mistake you can find.
We had actually, our original chart was that it was going to be hitting Florida directly. Maybe I could just see that, Kevin. It was going to be hitting directly, and that would have affected a lot of other states. But that was the original chart, and you see it was going to hit not only Florida but Georgia. It could have was going toward the Gulf. That was what was originally projected.
Okay, before we continue, let me just stop there for a while, and let me give you a zoom in of the picture. Do you see what's wrong with this picture? The path of the hurricane is actually marked with a Sharpie, and this was a live conference where reporters were present and they were asking questions. So as any logical human being would do, the reporters asked him, it looks like it's been doctored with a Sharpie pen. Do you know anything about this? And guess what Donald Trump said?
You showed us the map earlier, the initial forecast of it. It appeared to have been, I guess, edited or something to include Alabama. Can you explain how that change was made?
No, I just know, I know that Alabama was in the original forecast.
Sorry, and that map that you showed us today looked like it almost had like a Sharpie.
I don't know.
So maybe it was him, maybe it wasn't him. We don't know yet at this point. So we decided to do a little research on who loves to use Sharpie that much. What began as a simple Twitter mistake evolved into a full-scale political scandal. Not one, but 3 government investigations were launched into this claim. The reason I'm posting this video is not to say who's right, who's wrong. Maybe you already know who's right and who's wrong. But then again, that's not the point of the video. The point is, electing someone to lead our country is not a task we can take for granted. It's something very, very important. Each and every one of you has full right to decide on who you want to vote for and why you want to vote for them. Everyone has a reason for what they're doing. I'm not going to get involved in your decision, but whatever your decision might be, think carefully and decide on the person you think can guide the country to a better future, not get it stagnated or Sharpie marked everywhere. So until the next video, bye-bye.